Well, good morning and welcome back to Wheels of Interest, and we have arrived at Casterton in Stamford in Lincolnshire or Rutland. Not quite sure if Stamford or Casterton are in Lincolnshire or Rutland, but whatever, they're both very close together. Rutland is a beautiful county, as well as South Lincolnshire, just the same. Beautiful rolling countryside. Just looking around me, there's lots of very old equipment turning up on trailers and low loaders and in box wagons and all sorts of things. I can report we have the Ivel, the Hornsby from 1896, and a very rare one-off Sharp tractor from 1904, the Ivel from 1903. So already we've got some really early equipment here, which is going to be at work today. Behind me, you see there's Oliver 70 all covered up in its bespoke cover that I had made for it. Nice and fitted cover, so keeps it dry and clean. And in front of that is the cockshut plough I described the other day on the channel, and I brought the Hart Par on Thursday, which is over by my tent, where we're going to be making bacon rolls and tea and drinking beer. So we're going to get this off now and get cracking with Casterton 2024. day 2 at Casterton, and we had a cracking day yesterday. It started out really beautifully sunny and very, very warm. Needed sun cream in the morning. Come 4 o'clock, it was absolutely pouring with rain. I had so many people helping me out, playing around with the stuff we've got here, that I actually didn't get much chance to film anything except my own stuff. So I'll put that up. You may have already seen it, depends which way around I edit the video. You may have seen it, you may have not. But we're here on Sunday morning. It's not raining at the moment, but you can probably see the grey leaden skies behind me. There is activity though, and optimism, because the portable that's running the saw bench, the saw machine, he's actually got smoke coming from the chimney, so that means they're going to be firing that. So at least we're going to get some action from there. And I'll get what I can today. I haven't got quite so many people with me today, so hopefully I'll be, if the rain keeps off long enough, we'll be able to get some action of what's going on, and certainly get some of the older tractors on film, whether they're static or working. So let's see how day 2 pans out. So just at the moment everything's covered up. Nothing's raining at the moment, so it is fairly dry on the ground. I mean, if I sort of give that a bit of a, it's a little bit sticky, but it's stony, so there's a bit of drainage. And I've had a chat with the farmer here who farms this land, and he reckons it will be all right as long as we don't all go bad, and the rain keeps off long enough to get a bit of soil turned. We'll see how we go. Here's my kit all covered up at the moment. Plough went really well yesterday. Oliver 70 went really well, and I was quite chuffed with the Hart Par as well. A few little issues, but I think that's just getting used to using it. I've never actually pulled anything with it yet up until yesterday, but these harrows worked okay. There's a lot of straw in the soil though, where it's not really been picked up with the baler, so that got caught up in the plough and the harrows, of course. But we'll take a walk up the line, just see what's uncovered at the minute. The best thing about Casterton is that there's you never see the same thing twice. Yeah, occasionally I think that they probably have some regulars, but they always try and get different kit every year so that it keeps it fresh and interesting. So, and what you don't see is rafts of Grey Fergies and Fordsons and David Browns. It is all unusual and interesting equipment, and this is an absolutely glorious Minneapolis Mowline row crop tractor, an early one because it's grey and red. I can't tell you the age of it because I haven't got the number, so I don't know which one this is, but being pulled behind it is a really huge disc plough, which is really unusual. You don't see one of these very often. Disc ploughs were usually built to break up really virgin ground, so to try and get soil turned that's never been farmed before, you used a disc plough, and that's what it's for. Basically it's a set of discs which is angled, quite a huge diameter discs which are angled at a certain way, which basically does exactly the same as a normal moldboard plough, but you can go in at a little bit harder with it. So yeah, it turns over some really old nasty ground ready for planting up. Next up we've got this lovely Fowler 25 diesel crawler, which I think was finished last year. It was here last year, and that's going well, and it's got a huge crawler plough on the back with some semi digger or maybe deep digger moldboards on it. That was going really well yesterday. Quite happy with that one. Beautiful tractor that. Got a massive 4-wheel drive under the sheet there, pulling some harrows. I think this is a Caterpillar 10 under here, but again it's all covered up at the minute. We may see it later. Little Kendall garden tractor or horticultural tractor with some ridging bodies under it. Nice little thing, that little horizontal opposed 2-cylinder engine. Bigger version of my Hart Par. This is the 1836 version. This is a heavier one, and this was going really well yesterday, and it's got an absolutely fantastic Oliver plough on the back. Now Oliver were pioneers in plough making in America. James Oliver, I think, was the pioneer of what they called the chilled plough company, or the chilled plough material to make the moldboards, which gave them excellent wearing characteristics and all sorts of other things. And Olivers were very renowned plough makers in the late 19th century. And this is unusual because it's got some subsoilers underneath it. So this part here, that part there, that is like does a bit of extra digging underneath the main moldboard. That's absolutely going absolutely like a steam train yesterday. Fantastic. Got a nice little case, which I think is a case C. Lovely patina, never been restored in terms of paint at least, and a ransomed cultivator on the back, very similar to my little Howard cultivator, ride-on cultivator with a handle there for somebody to adjust the depth as they're going along. But that was going well as well yesterday. Hopefully we shall see her in action. Clayton chainrail tractor, 1916 crawler tractor. About 5 of these exist, and really unusual machine. Huge open steering brakes in there to steer the tractor from left to right. Built by Clayton and Shuttleworth of Shuttleworth fame, where we were last weekend. And I think that the collection would really like to have one of these. They're certainly actively looking for one. So that could be part of the Clayton and Shuttleworth Heritage Team's collection at Shuttleworth at Old Warden. And as I say, there's about 5 existing. So when one comes up for sale, I'm sure that they'll be in the market for it. Really nice ransomed 3-thrower plough on the back. Ride-on plough. Not sure of the year of it, but oh, there is a number, so I may be able to. Doesn't give me an age. No age on it, but I would suggest that's probably pre-20s. I would think. A tiny little cultivator, really diddy little thing, pulled by a chain, but on the front of it we have got what is known as the Sharp tractor from 1904. It's quite an interesting story. You can find that online. It was at Newby Tractor Fest and won some awards. It's a really unusual machine. I think basically built out of various parts that were available at the time. It was 1904, and one off, I think possibly 2 were built. I can't actually remember, but have a look up the Sharp tractor from 1904. Very interesting history on that. And next to that we've got an Overtime from 1915. Now Overtime was the Waterloo Boy. And Waterloo Boy went on to be John Deere. And John Deere are still manufacturing tractors under their own name, in their own right, not collaborating with anybody else particularly, apart from Lands in Germany. And this is where it all started, with the Waterloo Boy, and when it came into England it became the Overtime. So when you see a John Deere tractor in the field these days, modern one, this is where it started. Very nice Martin cultivator on the back. Another ride-on cultivator, unusual machine. They're all very similar, these cultivators, sort of like one axle with some fixed tines to either cultivate flat ground or rake down plough. Series 3A Field Marshal with an interesting cab on it. And there we've got the Parrot Model E from 1917. Really rare and unusual tractor. Crossways or cross-mounted engine, similar to the Hart Par. Radiator side-on mounted as well. and there's a fan driving that from the engine to cool it. A really interesting, unusual looking tractor. Currently at the moment we've got the famous Ivel covered up. Hopefully we shall see some work from that later on today. Next to that we have got the Hornsby oil engine from 1896. It's the earliest tractor that's here today, oil tractor at least. There are some traction engines, I'm not sure of their age, but I'm not sure if any of them are earlier than 1896. But we hopefully will get this running today, maybe see it chopping away when they've got it all uncovered. Very nice Fordson Traxxon here. One of these at Stradsit back in May time. Not sure if it's the same machine or not, but it was a Fordson conversion to a track layer. American, I believe. It's a Detroit tractor, so it's an import, and a beautiful unrestored Martin cultivator on the back as well. It's really nice. And the tractor in the background that you can hear I've just filmed is the International Junior, which looks like it's probably not an American import because of the rusty wings and such like. So it's a good chance it's a European tractor, if not an English one. No tin work on the front, looks like it's probably all rotted away. They've just filled up the radiator, and I think they put some leak seal in the radiator as well, so I think they've got a problem with the radiator core leaking a bit. But it's nice to see it here and out. And it's 1919 tractor. International Junior 816. This Marshall roller is absolutely glorious. I love the patina on this, and especially both sides you've got the motion covers with the original, the name of the company, TNC Limited Cleethorpes, with the telephone number all crazed. Everything just looks absolutely fantastic. Same on the other side. Nothing's really been painted. So beautifully kept. Been re-rolled at some point. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it's had some paint on the tender. That the boiler covers, the boiler tins have been painted, but apart from that, they've not spared any paint on it. The wheels and the rolls, just as they were. Been re-rolled at some point, had new bands on the rollers. But yeah, what a fantastic machine. And the best of all, we're getting it up. Smoke from the chimney, steam is being produced. Marshall portable up and running, and they're just sorting the saw bench out, ready to cut some planks. Did a few yesterday, laying on the ground just here, and that's a humongous great sawmill. All that line shafting on there, no guards, you don't want to get caught up in any of that. There won't be much left of you if you did. And certainly the blade is obviously unguarded as well. Hence we've got a safety rope for the public. Safety absolutely paramount at places like this, because you never know what the general public's going to do next. away it goes. Going well, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful plough.
I lost the feeling tripling. The reset.
Oh no.
Making a new one. It's just a shame. It's the original.
Oh.
I don't know where it is. It's somewhere between here and there.
Yeah.